Coutinho!
Right guys, welcome back to On The Bench LFC. I've already released one video today. If you haven't seen that, then make sure to go and check that. It's just a weekly recap where I've gone over some of the events that's happened in the last week and some of the stories that I've spoke about on my channel. So obviously we're only a couple of days away now from the Liverpool versus Hoffenheim game, which is on Tuesday night at 7:45. Obviously it's the first leg of the Champions League qualifier game and it's at Hoffenheim's home. Massive game guys, absolutely huge. I think you guys will agree. Obviously with the game against Watford it kind of put a dampener on how Liverpool are playing at the moment, but we did have a good pre-season and I think having a game like that against Watford, hopefully there's a massive reaction from the players and that they really do turn up on Tuesday night, because this game is make or break. If we win this game and obviously the second leg, then we'll be in the Champions League. If we lose, then it's Europa League. And I think you all will agree with me that Europa League is absolutely rubbish. We do not want to be in Europa League. And I think it just puts more strain on the players as well because of the games. And it's, to be fair, it's not really for anything major if you're winning Europa League. So it's pretty pointless. I think you're just putting stress on the players for no reason. So first thing I want to say is my score prediction for the game. And I'm going to go with Liverpool to win 3-0. The reason I'm going to say this is because I feel, like I said before, with the game against Watford, everyone was disappointed with how the players played, and I feel that they're going to really come out and have to prove themselves. And obviously Liverpool normally turn up for the big games, and yeah, we're Liverpool Football Club guys, and we belong in Europe and we belong in the Champions League, and yeah, the Champions League is not the same without Liverpool, so I believe we're going to come out there and we're going to absolutely destroy them. Well, I'm going to stay positive as much as I can anyway. The reason I'm going with 3-0 guys is because you could see even against Watford we managed to score 3 goals, and that was in a game that we didn't particularly play too well, but we still managed to get 3 goals in their net, and it could have been 5, 6, 7. I believe that some of the mistakes that was made in that game against Watford was probably just first game of the season nerves. Hopefully the players aren't nervous for this game. But if they come out and they play to how we know they can play, then this should be a walk in the park guys. But obviously the Watford game should have been a walk in the park, so I'm a little bit hesitant to say that, but fingers crossed on that one. Hoffenheim style of play, last season they scored a lot of goals from set pieces, which is obviously a weakness for Liverpool. Hopefully Liverpool have learnt from their mistakes against Watford and actually sort something out where it comes to set pieces. I think our defence are really not going to want to let in a set piece goal after the first game, so let's just hope that we can deal with their set pieces, and if we do, I think in open play Liverpool are just going to blitz Hoffenheim. Klopp knows the German league, he knows Hoffenheim, he knows the players, he should know them better than what he knows most Premier League teams, so I'm pretty confident that he should get the tactics right. That leads me to the tactics that I think we should go with. I think Firmino should drop back into midfield. If Coutinho is obviously not going to play, then Firmino needs to come back into that midfield role and maybe start Origi or Solanke up top. I'd preferably like to see Solanke, but Klopp might favour going with Origi. I'm not too sure on this one yet. I said against Watford game we lacked creativity in midfield, and obviously dropping Firmino into the midfield role will give us a bit more of a spark in that central area. I think that's what should happen in this game. Whether that will happen, I'm not too sure guys. As you well know, Klopp is quite stubborn in the sense that he sees Firmino as that striker. Hopefully if he does play up front he can be more in the game and more involved in the game to what he was against Watford. I don't think that we're going to see Mane and Salah both start in this game. I think one or the other will start and then Kent will play on one of the wings. That's my opinion. I'm not saying that that will happen, but obviously we played only just on the weekend and then we'll have a game shortly as well, so I don't know whether Klopp's going to want to risk injuring the players so early on into the season and causing them to pick up niggles in their muscles and get a silly injury just because he's trying to throw all of our best players at this game. I'm not too sure that will happen. In defence, James Milner will come back in and go into that left back role. I think Moreno, like I touched on against Watford, was very up and down. Showed why he missed a lot of the season last year with his inconsistency levels. So having Milner back will be a plus in my opinion. I think Joe Gomez might start in right back instead of Trent Alexander-Arnold. Trent was amazing in that game against Watford, but I think Klopp's going to be looking at, he wants to keep him, and obviously being a young player he's not going to want to risk him having injuries, and also he's not going to really want to put too much pressure on him, and this game might be a bit too much pressure on him. We're not too sure on that one. Joe Gomez is young himself, but maybe put Gomez on and then bring Trent on later in the game if it's not working. I'm not too sure, guys. Let me know what you think on that one. Like I said, in midfield, I would personally keep Emre Can in there. Maybe give Wijnaldum another chance and drop Henson out, because Henson has been sick and had a few injuries recently. We don't really want to overdo that. So put Wijnaldum in there with Can, and Firmino would be my preference. But if Firmino plays up front, then I think put young Grujic in there. You might see that because obviously Klopp does rate him, and putting him in a game like this, Hoffenheim like to play with the set pieces, so I think that we definitely need a bigger team in there, and putting Grujic and Can in that midfield definitely gives us two big lads in that centre of the park. So what are your guys' views on this? What's your score predictions? I'd love to hear what you guys think. Do you agree with what I've said on some of the players and starting and not starting? Do you guys think that we're going to walk this, or do you think that it's going to be a lot harder than what it should be? Obviously, nobody knows how it's going to go. It's a massive game, but like I've said, Liverpool seem to turn up for those games, and hopefully Tuesday night is no different. So yeah, as always, guys, leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll be doing a match reaction after the game on Tuesday night, so stay tuned for that one. And as always, leave your comments in the section below. I'm out.
Coutinho!